Here we go. Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody. Uncle Bruce here, live from London in the United Kingdom. How you doing today? This is Thursday, September the 19th, 2024. We have 11 days left to go, and the end of the quarter is upon us. That's the end of September, and that means one full year of earnings profits for SoFi. What will those shares do? We're at 828 at the moment. The high today on SoFi, $8.46. A couple hours ago, volume now 44 plus million, 45 million traded on the session for SoFi. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. We're following the usual suspects out there. Noticing Rocket Lab off 6 cents, GameStop down 11 cents. What else going on? Look at the Spire. Have you been watching the Spire global shares? 37 cents higher again today. We're back to 10.79, coming up to 11 bucks. Other than that, the Magnificent Seven are doing very well. Apple's up $8.40. Tesla's up $16.19, 243 bucks. Microsoft up $8.68. Google is up $3.18. Amazon up $3.32. Nvidia is up $5.45, back to $118.80. Meta, the old Facebook, $22.79 higher today to $5.60. Goldman Sachs is up $19.45 at $5.04, within $13 of its year high. Cisco's up $1. Arc Innovations now up to $47.60, up $1.44 today. Pfizer up a couple of cents. HPQ up 57. Unity's up 38 cents. We have AI up 46 cents to 23.74. Adobe is up 15.45, and Netflix is holding a 14.20 gain today, back up to 7.04, with the 52-week high of 7.15 in reach. IBM is lower today, 156 a share. The 52-week high is 218.80. We're at 213.30 right now. Vanix Semiconductors up $11. Home Depot up $6.36. Looks like about $6 away from its high of the year. Enphase down 59 cents. Palantir 40-cent gain, 36.78. And Uber is up $1.84. 75.34 a share. There you have it. The interest rate cut yesterday has had its effect. Went through yesterday with all kinds of gyrations, and here we are today with a pretty good gain. The European markets were solidly higher today, and on the American side right now, we're showing 570 gain on the Dow, 104-point gain on the S&P. NASDAQ is up 471 points. Now, in percentage terms, the Dow is lagging. It's only up 1.35, 1.33%. The S&P is up 1.8%. NASDAQ up 2.8 or 2.68%. The VIX, the volatility index, is negative 132. Very good, actually. The lower it goes, the better for the market. And oil today is up $1 a barrel. 71.90 range is where we're at right now on crude oil out of Texas. Welcome all to the program. Glad to have you here with me today. I'm having trouble with my voice again. got this cough and this phlegmy stuff, so I'm still battling the last of this cold or whatever I've been dealing with. Feeling fine, eating fine, but just got a little cough due to cold there. Working it, taking it easy. Jen and I are just relaxing here in our hotel room and not doing too much. Welcome all. Brian, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show today. John Gill is here. Good morning and good day, good afternoon. Agent Purr is here. It's hard to find a stock where the entire board will resign. Brian, anyone on Lunar, LUNR? It's going crazy. I might buy 100 and sell a covered call ASAP. Can get like 10% in 2 weeks. Splayer's here. Good evening, y'all. Welcome. Hector, good afternoon. Uncle B. Mark C, howdy, y'all. Number 7 here on the thumbs up. My first option closes tomorrow, and it looks to be a winner as long as SoFi doesn't reach $9. There you go, dude. How's everyone doing? Let's go. Vladdy is number 7 on the thumbs up meter. Hi, everybody. Charlie C2 is saying hi, everybody. H. Gregory, I'm number 13. Been going crazy with put credit spreads today. Always Be Writing is here at number 16. Cindy B is saying hi. Juan is here, number 17. Dude, nice. H. Gregory, me too. Love chasing them on an up day. Beach Boy, good evening, everybody. Midwest Cannabis, hi there, friends. Kent in the house from Rancho Mirage, California. How you doing, Kent? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Over at Robert's house. Good afternoon, all. Flint Creek in the house today. Hey, it's Uncle Bruce. Eddie Martin is in the house, number 27, thumbs up. Dude, third Friday of the month, and just like last month, lots of volatility. I'm having a feeling we go down on Monday. The man says, man, I wish Cohn would just tell us his plan for that $4.5 billion. Midwest Cannabis smiling. Mr. P, hello, everybody. Over here from Dude, SMCI put and call credit spreads have done the best for me this week. Last week, they were testing my strikes. Lisa Brian, I got into Lunar under 6. Mr. Premium of the options. Happy Thursday, another pocket-filling day. Lisa at Tesla going bonkers. Might think about rolling my 15 November 240 covered call into December 250s. Might be doing that. Brian, good for you, Lisa. I hope you have been writing. Makisio, good afternoon. JJ, hey you, hi there. Hi, yo. Brian, I bought more GameStop shares at 1956, averaging down as like a game. Benway, thank you for your work. Eddie Martin, stay with us. Uncle Bruce, stay healthy. Lisa, Brian, nope, I'm holding off writing on Lunar. I think it's going to be much higher, $4.8 billion from a NASA contract. Interesting. Brian, Lisa, Sasa, yes, I saw that contract news. Thus, I want to get in, but it's up a lot in a few days. Brian might have missed the boat. Who knows? There you go, everybody. Let me know, what options are you watching right now? Which of your contracts? What contracts have you got going right now that are dying tomorrow? Let me know how those are going for you. Are you sitting on some credit spreads that are petering out? What has been your best option trade in the last couple of weeks? Which options have you written that have paid you back handsomely in the last couple of weeks? You want to share with the class, let us know. Love to report stuff like that. Showing folks out there, you want to make money in this market? Yeah, you can guess and try to guess a stock that's going to go up in price. Or you can write options and score on shrinkage like crazy and get paid in cash. You actually don't even have to own stock to write options. That's another best part of it all. Giddy up, everybody. We'll see how this market wants to keep playing. AI at 23.73, a wonderful bounce back from the 1920 range a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, SoFi in the 6s. Remember, 630, 650 a couple weeks ago. Now we're at 825. The NVIDIA shares keep paying. Those NVIDIA shares fluctuate, but you may have noticed we're really not going very far. Yeah, we did have a run up to the 135 range, and we had a dip into the 98 range, but take those two out of there, and we're in this 105, 125 neighborhood. And that is fantastic. There's room in there to write all kinds of put credit spreads, call credit spreads, cash secured puts, you name it. Lots of opportunity here. Smart rent 179.5. When will it go? I don't know. Apple up 822 here at 228. Tesla with a 242 market. And Google at 164. Microsoft at 439. These stocks have had a lovely range to kind of hang out in, and this just gives opportunities for viewers here to write options and take in those premiums. Nothing wrong at all. Brian is saying, Uncle Bruce, I've been watching level 2 options And I always notice a buy order of like 5,500 shares and a sell order of 5,500 shares, both about 10% below above the stock price. Why is that? I'm assuming it's the same person. Well, it could be a market maker. It could just be a market maker offering stability above and below the bid and the ask, showing the street that you trade in this range right here, no problem. But above or below these prices, there's a stable bid there, stable offer to maintain liquidity. It will attract players. I'm guessing that could be it. Hello and hello from Richard, number 40 today. Hi, Richard. Welcome to the program. Great to have you. Market makers have various ways of protecting the market. One way is to show a bit of power. Another way is to put in orders that only trigger if certain things happen. Sometimes you'll get an order that will trigger a buy order. If a stock dips a bit, a buy order will come in, or a sell order will come in to add liquidity. Sometimes these market makers will enter what we call fill or kill orders, where the stock goes up 7 or 8%. There might be an offer for 10,000 shares at a higher price, but the buyer has to take all 10,000, or it doesn't go, or whatever they buy of it. If they buy 8,000 of it or 3,000 of it, the rest is canceled. And so sometimes you'll show power, but it'll only be that many, buy or sell, and no more than that. And if it's a partial fill, it alerts the market maker, oh, I got a partial fill on a sell order. I offered as many as 10,000. I sold 3,000. Let me re-enter a new order a little higher now, so that demand will be able to keep chasing stock until the market catches up with me, especially if it's a fast mover. All kinds of tricks. But level 2 can show you stuff like this from time to time. Dude, on NVIDIA, I have call and put spreads that close tomorrow. I might go ahead and close the call side, 122.27. I can close right now for a 50% profit on NVIDIA. Right now, the NVIDIA shares are sitting at 118.40, and these calls at 122.27 are nicely out of the money. They will continue to deteriorate this afternoon, right to the bell. They will continue to deteriorate if this market stays here. Keeping in mind, we're up $5 today. The stock is going to have to go up another 4 in order to catch your low price call. But hey, you put in a stink bid to buy them back. Not a bad move. Makisio, a GameStop cash secured put. I have a $25 expiring tomorrow. 401 premium. I'll take $20.99 a share. Even if trade doesn't go your way, you still win. Ricardo, to buy and sell calls and puts, it always has to be 100 at a time. Well, if you're going to buy a call option or a sell a call option, you can buy one or sell one, whatever you like. But each contract represents a 100 share position. So if a call option is trading at $1.50 on the open market, it's a $150 price to get it, or it's what you'd get if you sold it. So it represents 100 shares at a time. Hope this makes sense. I hope that's what you wanted to know. We're holding a 578 gain with an hour to go in our session today. Tomorrow is option expiry day, third Friday of the month. Don't mind me. I'm battling a cold, and the sneezes come from time to time. So I try to stay on top of the Kleenex brigade. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome from around the world today. Yes, what will the market do tomorrow? Is the market going to sort of level off a little bit tomorrow, get a little calmer? Are we going to have a bit of a pullback from certain stocks that may have gone a little too far too fast? I don't know. We have options that have been greatly affected today because of some of these shares moving rather nicely. Obviously, when a NVIDIA moves $5, that puts a lot of contracts in or out of the money just today alone. We'll be watching that activity tomorrow. Same thing with Apple. Obviously, 860. That's a lot of contracts that are in and out of the money today. Tesla, $15. Holy moly. Google 320, Microsoft 860, Netflix $15, Facebook 2180. How many contracts on Facebook went in or went out of the money today with a $21 move on the stock? This is huge. A lot of volatility out there. EI Lilly up $9. Spiders are up 1040. The Qs are up 1292. All those contracts for those indexes are also in play. We'll be busy. Adobe up $15. AMD up $9. That'll be also very much scrutinized. We'll be watching for that. Goldman Sachs, $19.60 move today. We will see probably some activity there. Snowboarder for Life is in the house. How you doing, Snowboarder for Life? Thank you for joining us. Sold 5 NVIDIA $112 puts 2 days ago for $1.90 that expire next week. It just closed for 77 cents. Quick 60% in 2 days. Thank you very much. Nice going, Ricardo. Yeah, thanks a million. God bless you, and sneeze as well there, Bruce. Yeah, for Snowboarder for Life, you sell 5 contracts at 112. That's $660 you bring in. And sorry, no, I don't. I'm wrong. These are 112s. He brought in $1.90 a contract, so 190 times 5. Bringing in 900 and almost $1,000 here, $950 and giving back 370 some odd bucks. Not a bad turnaround. That's okay. It's a nice little trade. Mr. Premium, Makisio, why wouldn't you just roll the cash secured put and buy the shares right now for $19.51? Dude, on the put side of that spread, I'm at 95-100. $1,900 buying power for 4 spreads on each side, 10% profit in a month. I went ahead and closed them. There you go. And now, if you wish, you can reset a new spread that expires next Friday, depending on which ones you want to go with. And you can do this anytime you want. Today, tomorrow, whenever you like. Dude, it adds up. It sure does. Kaniak, why'd you close that put side? Dude, RB, today's 25% gain on SoFi puts today. RB closed. Very interesting. Ready to sell again. Here we go. Giddy up, kids. 824 on the SoFi shares right at the moment. Holding a 13-cent gain with the Dow up 593 points. Rocket Lab down just 9 cents. AI up 43. GameStop down 18, and NVIDIA up $5.17 on NVIDIA. There are folks here all over this channel having a field day with credit puts, credit spreads. Put credit spreads and call credit spreads. Some riding iron condors, some on one side or the other of the condor. And some of these stocks have been paying handsome returns again and again and again. And some of them are paying off in 2 or 3 days. Some are paying off in a week. All depends on how conservative you are and how far out you're going in time. Way to go. Those of you picking up the classes and learning how to write cash secured puts, you found yourself something that can make you money in a very conservative way. Nothing wrong with writing these Rocket Lab $5 and $6 cash secured puts, 7s. The SoFis, I know viewers are writing 6 and 7s and 8s and $9 and $10 cash secured puts on the SoFi, and they're just loving it. GameStop right now at $19.47, that opens up possibilities to write $19 and $20 cash secured puts or lower, and up to you where you want to go with it. Nicely done. RB, I'm ready to sell again. Dude, Keniak, it was 4 to close per contract, the mitigating risk in case we get bad news. Already pocketed most of the premium. Thank you very much. Nothing wrong with this play. Certainly, if you're closing out a call credit spread on NVIDIA, with the NVIDIA shares at 1850, let's say, and you've got perhaps a call options that are sitting in that 122, 127 level. A dude is looking at there. That might be a bit too close for comfort. So even though the stock has risen and these calls are getting closer to being in the money, the likelihood is that a profit has been made on this trade regardless, because the time factor is brutal now. It's 24 hours and they're all gone. But to create a new call credit spread now, you might want to be looking at 128 to 132 or 130 to 135 or something in that neighborhood, just stretching out and pulling back the string, going out in time a week or two, but going out in dollars as well. As far as the put side goes on NVIDIA, if you're looking at 1 to 105s or 95 to 105s, 9500s, 102s to 107s, just trailing the stock, but respectfully trailing, because a $5 gain can turn into an $8 loss at any time. And so you have to respect the volatility of this stock. But boy, can it pay you handsomely. It can pay you very nicely. Anyway, there you go. Anything new on Matterport? Nothing today. The fourth quarter starts October. So in a couple of weeks, we enter the fourth quarter, and this deal is supposed to close in the fourth quarter. Where do you see GameStop going? I'm waiting for the official announcement that they've raised another $400 million, and then I'm waiting for any news about what they're going to do with this money, and then we'll see what's going on. Juan, I grabbed class number 7 yesterday, finishing it tonight once the kid goes to bed. There you go. Lesson number 7. Yeah, lesson 7 can make you money. What is that one area right there? Lesson 7, earning income from writing put contracts. Yes. Writing cash secured puts. Absolutely. Number 8 can make you money. How to trade stock option credit spreads. And number 9, how to trade call and put butterfly options. Number 10, how does Bruce pick his favorite stocks? Number 11, using poor man covered call writing strategies to quit your day job. Number 12, stock options rollover strategies, calls and puts. Number 13, stink offers, stink bids, and the psychology of the markets. How to maximize profits from writing stock options. Valuable information, advanced poor man covered call strategies. Number 16, how to use other people's money to profit in the option market. That is all about iron condors. 17, fixing option trades and adding cash with smart spreads. Oh, yes. There are some lessons here that can pay you and help you to take some serious money off the table from the gamblers out there. Absolutely. Jesse James, I got a buddy telling me that after all these green days, we're about to see a big drop across the board. Does that sound right? Anyone can guess, but I have seen 12 straight days of up days. I've seen 10 straight down days, and then I've seen one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down. I've seen it all. The key here is be an option writer and respect the market. Let the stock tell you where it wants to go and stay ahead of it, stay behind it, and enjoy the shrinkage. Thank you very much. Walter Young, good afternoon, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Hope you are enjoying London. Watching you an hour before market close. Strong up day today. Thumbs up, number 48. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate you, buddy. RB, $60 here, $50 on, and so on with each contract. It adds up when you've written 100 contracts. Oh, yes, it does. Brian, Emmanuel, sounds like good problems to have. How many is too many? Do you have any covered calls to write? The thing about writing options is that you will not likely ever make $1 million on a single trade because you're going to have to bet 5 million to get $1 million. But boy, you can bring in some nice steady income from option writing. And, there are instances here where my viewers will tell me, Uncle Bruce, I wrote a put credit spread yesterday. and I have a week and a half until the contracts expire. I figured I'd be in this trade for up to 10 calendar days. And within 24 hours of writing my credit spread, the stock in question has moved to the point where I'm already up 60% on my trade. Why would I wait 9 more days for any more? I'll just take the 60% profit right here, right now. I'm liquid again. I'm now searching for the next move to make. Absolutely nothing wrong with a strategy whatsoever. And like RB is saying here, 50, 60, 60, 50, 60 bucks. When you start writing 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 contracts at a time, you get into some volume business here. You're going to take a new attitude. You're going to have a new attitude about your profitability. When you write 5 contracts and you're pulling in, $600 in premium, $700, $800 in premium, you're kind of looking to score $400, $500, $600. When you write 50 contracts and you're being offered a $50 profit on 50 contracts, right away, 50 times 50, you're taking $2,500 off the table. You're thinking in a way that option writers start thinking the larger they get. They start looking at the profit that they have, not how much capital is in the trade, but how much profit they're sitting on. And they equate that to, well, $2,500. That's more than our mortgage payment, or $2,500 is the mortgage payment, or it's the car payment and a couple of grand towards credit cards. You start thinking in a different mindset. There are times where stocks can move dramatically, like a day like today, where you're just being offered a juicy profit to take an exit and say, well, I'll take this off the table and I'll shop for the next one. Nothing wrong with this whatsoever. Nice going. Let's see what else is going on here. H. Gregory, I wrote 10 contracts on UAL and AFRM today that expire tomorrow. Closed out both today for pennies. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. I've already closed them out. Beautiful stuff. RB, I'm at a point where I close contracts around every 4th day or so. RB, we're writing on different stocks all the time. Brian, wow, good for you. Why don't you write October 1825 covered calls for 50 cents each times 500? That's $25,000. That is fancy, says Brian. August was my first month writing. Around $580 on 4 puts. That's paid for a few of the classes right there. And this is how you can earn while you learn. This is a common comment I get from a lot of you who send me private email messages. You'll tell me I took a couple of classes and I started writing covered calls. Then I took some more classes and I began to look into cash secured put writing. Then after a few more classes, I began to figure out poor man covered call writing. Holy moly, did that open up a field of opportunity. I had no idea that I could take my portfolio that I have now and write a whole bunch more contracts than I was thinking I was going to write. And the comments come to me that say, in the first month, my premiums, I collected $950. Well, that paid for 6 of the classes right there. This is great. Others tell me that in the first 6 months, they've hauled in $5,000-6,000. They only spent $2,000 on all the classes, and they're going, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I only have to get the class one time, and I can rewatch them every time I want. Yeah, welcome to the party, pal. You can earn while you learn at whatever level works for you. Once you get into 100 at a time, whether it's credit spreads, you might get into 100 $5 wide credit spreads. You're going to take 20, 30 cents off the table and say, thank you for the $2-3 grand each and every time I do this. And you're doing it a couple of times a week. You're taking in $2,000 here on a Tuesday, $2,000 on a Thursday, $4,000 this week. That works up to $200,000 a year in premium income on average. Your whole mindset changes. Your whole strategy becomes much more laser focused, and you start to act like institutional traders. You really zero in. RB. But I haven't yet got anyone else into options. I don't get why I can't convince others. I know this game. I even showed them my games. I know this game. I know this game. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. Hocus pocus. A 40% gain on my GameStop cover calls this week. Probably close them out on Monday. It's really crazy how easy this can be when you stay far enough out of the money. RB, better than keeping one's money in the bank. Yes, you can get 3-4% interest, I guess, from in savings accounts or certificates of deposit or whatever you want to put your money in for a year or two. You'll get something for it, but you're not going to keep up with inflation probably, and you're not going to retire anytime earlier from it. If you can generate an extra $1,000 a month income into your retirement account just by writing out of the money calls on stuff you're sitting on, or you adjust what you're sitting on so that you can write call options against the stock, you're now going to have $1,000 a month additional to whatever it is you're putting in at work and whatever your employer's putting in at work. This will compound into a ton of money for you. If you're 10, 12 years away from retirement and you can add right now $1,000 a month more to your performance of your retirement account, that is micro. That's a micro number. I know that will compound to a much larger number. You are going to make a difference to your retirement, a substantial difference. Giddy up, everybody. There you go. The man says Fidelity gave me 2.75 on cash. So I just write cash secured puts and I get 2.75 on the cash plus the premiums. Thank you very much, Uncle Bruce. There you go. Charlie C. Uncle Bruce, I could buy back some June 26 SoFi $12 puts with an $8,700 profit from the move just this week. Too soon to cash in on those. What do you think? Well, congrats. I mean, look, $12 puts. We're at $8.20 a share. Obviously, you're 380 out of the you're in the money, still 380 on these, but you were more. Well done. Totally your call how you play these. As I say, many of you started cash secured puts on SoFi by writing probably 5s and 6s and 7s, and then some of you graduated into and rolled up into 8s to 10s. And a number of you have now gone into $10 to $15 put cash secured puts, taking some serious premiums off the table and watching the stock just inch along, 10, 20 cents a day here, 10, 20 cents a day there. After a couple of weeks, $2 gain. Every contract you wrote is $2 less in the money. These start to drop and premiums come your way. It's beautiful. Well done, Mr. Premium. The option, the man, Schwab was paying 5.29% on a cash secured put collateral. That was before Rugman hit us with a 50. So 4.79. It's still pretty good. Yes, it is. Charlie, I wrote these SoFi puts when the price was in the $6 range. Nice going. Coyote, hey, Uncle B. How you doing, guy? Unbelievable. This is the best part about it, and we haven't even gone anywhere. I mean, $8.20 a share on SoFi. It's a nothing burger. We have so much further to climb. Thank you all for joining me. I'm hanging on by a thread with my voice today. Try to hang in there with you as it is faltering here. Bit of an upper cold, still battling away here. We'll get through it. Beautiful weather in London again. Today was 76 degrees today. Just fantastic. So Jen and I had a wonderful walk to the drugstore to pick up some more supplies.
Didn't need to wear a coat.
Didn't need to wear a coat in the 76-degree heat today, even in the shade. What can I say? Coyote, I've been enjoying SoFi's positive movement lately. like a breath of fresh air. Bagel Babe, hey Coyote, hey Uncle B. The man is saying, Mr. Premium, the option. Yeah, Fidelity was in that 4-5% range a couple months ago. I just checked yesterday out of curiosity. It was 275. Coyote Bagel Babe, hey, how you doing? Double D is here. I've been playing the weekly game, out of the money covered calls, 400 to 800 bucks a week. Thank you very much. There you go. That's 1,600 to 3,200 a month. Thank you very much. We say gamblers, appreciate you handing money over in whatever size your account is at. Money is coming your way, guys, and you can now compound those returns and just keep growing your option writing. Beautifully done, everybody. Do not stop. We're up 545 on the Dow with 40 minutes to go. We've got Rocket Lab just sitting with an 8-cent loss at 704. We have AI up 26 cents, 23.53. GameStop down 12 cents. SoFi now up just 9 at 8.20 a share. Nvidia is holding a 460 gain. Matterport down a half a penny. SmartRent up 4.5. Apple up 8.32, doing very well. Tesla's up almost $15 a share at 242.16. Google up 303. Microsoft up 805. Netflix up $13. Meta up 22. Big ones. Amazon is up 308. Very, very interesting day here for some of these issues. Uber is up $1.80 today. Unity down 3. Enphase down 240. Aspire Global 1083 up 42 cents. For Spire, did hit 1094 for the high today on Spire. So they're just hanging right in there. Moderna down $1.24. Cisco's up 99 cents. Pfizer down a nickel. IBM down $1.50. HPQ is up 42 cents at 34.96. So whether it's a conservative stock like Pfizer or HPQ or IBM or something a little more aggressive like Nvidia, you can make money writing options out of the money option contracts. Let the gamblers take the risk from you. Why not take their premiums? LLK, hello, welcome LLK. Thank you for popping in. Thumbs ups keep rolling through. Appreciate you all for that. If you can hit the thumbs up button for me, please nail it. We're at 58 thumbs ups. Thanks all for joining in today. Absolutely wonderful that you're here. Appreciate you all finding us and catching up with us here on the channel. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Here we go. Thanks again, those of you who have been subscribing to this channel. Appreciate you. And those of you who have been becoming members of the channel. Thank you all for becoming members. Regular members or Gold Bagel members, I appreciate you. We'll be putting more shows out the better I get. Right now, I'm struggling just to get one show off a day, but hang in there with me as we keep battling away here to bring you more content as we go on. Thank you again for your support of this channel. We just went Bagel Gold member comment only right now. Splair, I was asking myself why my portfolio shrunk another $200 until I saw GameStop at 1950 and my call still without an update since Monday. The last time we were 1,400 in gains. Bagel Babe, I made nearly 15% return on investment in my Roth today. Rolled calls out to April. Made enough cash to buy 100 more shares. There you go. Bringing in more cash and buy another 100 and write another contract. There you are. Well done. Sometimes the easiest way to make money in option writing is just to roll your contracts further out in time, because after a while you realize, oh yeah, I wrote these out of the money contracts on whatever 3 months ago, and they only have a month or two left in time, and they're now trading, at this level, fraction of what they were. I'm going to buy those back, and I'm going to write 5-month contracts again, or 4-month or 6-month. I'm going to bring in this much more cash, which will allow me to buy another 100 shares of stock, whatever, and I'm going to write a 5-month contract on those 100 shares. And that's more money coming into my account. That's how you build a retirement account. Nice going. Nicely done. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, would you be overly concerned about selling Jan 2027 $15 SoFi puts? They're getting $740 to $770 a piece. Well, the stock is $820, and if you take the $820 off the 15 bucks, or take the $740 off the 15 bucks, you're paying $760 a share if you were to be exercised, right? So that's still a bit of a time premium there, but not much of a time premium. I wouldn't be concerned about it, because if you were theoretically exercised in a week, you just turn around and sell the stock off and write another $15 put again, or however many you want. You can always do that, because of course the premium you're getting right now, you're getting the $740, $770. You're getting that money in your hand right now. You're on the hook for $760 a share, or $750 or $740, whatever, the difference between what you got and what you're on the hook for. But you're a winner, no doubt about it. Peter is saying, welcome, Peter. I picked up more GameStop today on a discount and a few more covered calls, but what the hell? We need a little guidance. It would be great. Charlie, I could roll my $12 puts to 15 and get a $32 credit. Again, I don't know if it's worth your while for the differential. I really don't know. And like I say, if you are sitting on puts right now that still have a higher time premium to you, I would go with those. So I don't know if I'd want to go all the way out that far. It's not really necessary. Excuse me. On the one hand, on the other hand, if you're getting, if you can get 4% interest on your money plus the credit from the puts, you could get a 4% chunk of interest on 150% of your dough. Something to think about. Again, this would be a credit of $32,000 coming my way. Well, you have to decide for yourself. Do you want to go that way? You could always pull the trigger on this kind of a trade. If the shares, go higher, those will drop in value, but they will only drop equal to what the stock goes up. So there's always a gain for you. But this is one of those questions. It's a theoretical question. I can't give you an answer. I mean, I can't. I really, it's totally your decision to make how you want to play it. I would just like to see the stock break $10 a share tomorrow. That's all I'm asking. Just go to 10.50 tomorrow, and we'll deal with it after that. How about that? I'm easy going. I like to get along with everybody. We'll see how it goes. All right. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for joining up, and thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate you. We have a total of 113 watching here on this Thursday afternoon if you're in New York. Thursday evening here out of London. 65 thumbs ups now. Thank you for that. Keep them coming in, and thank you all. Appreciate your support. Thanks again for those of you who have been members for now longer than 3 years. Absolutely phenomenal. It's been one hell of a ride. Very appreciative of those of you who just automatically renew your membership every month, or you put it on automatic redo. Thank you all. Jen and I are most grateful for your support of this channel. Fantastic. Let's keep this market going, and let's see how much richer you guys are going to get. All right, watch list. Here we go. back into that area. We're up 515 points. The Dow has been a solid gainer all day here. And thank you to those of you who've been sending us private emails, letting us know how you're doing. And those of you who've been grabbing classes, if you need any help with your links, you just let me know. Down 6 cents on Rocket Lab. Nothing worrying here. SoFi is up at 820. GameStop 1950 a share at the moment. Spire 1086, 1087 just went up again. Apple holding an 858 gain. The high price for Apple, the 52-week high, 237 is trading at 229. Tesla, the 52-week high is 271. We're up 1540 at 242.60. Microsoft, the high of the year, 468. We're trading at 438. And Google's high of the year, 193. We're trading at 163. Amazon, high of the year, 201. We're at 189. NVIDIA, the high all-time, $140, 76 cents. We're at 118 right now. Meta Platforms, the high of the year, 561. We're at 560. We probably hit that already today. Goldman's high of the year, 517. We're at 503. Cisco is only $3 away from its high of the year, 51.48 versus 54.58. Arc Innovation slowly climbing higher. It's 46.26 now. High of the year, 54. The low was 33. Pfizer still got a ways to go. We're kind of in the middle here. 29.58 with the high year at $34. HPQ 34.95. The high of the year 39.50. Unity definitely off from its highs. The highs were 43.54. We're at 20.33 right now on Unity after dropping to 13.89. So we've gotten back $6 odd of the losses, but we have a ways to go yet. AI got down to 18.85. I think that was a week and a half ago. We're at 23.59 now. So we're definitely not quite $5 off those lows. 38.29 for the high. Adobe 525 is where we're at. The low for the 52-week range, 433 to 638. And we're at 525, just below the halfway mark. Spiders all-time highs were set today, 572. We're at 571. The Qs, 503 was the high, all-time high. We're at 483, trying to come back. Netflix, 715.66 is the year high, and we hit that today. We're at 705.21. No, we've given up $10 from the high of the 52 weeks. Interesting on Netflix there. IBM, the 52-week high, 218.80. We're at 213.30. Vanik Semiconductors, the 52-week high, 283. We're at 241. Home Depot, the 52-week high, 396.87. We're at 389.65. And we did get to 391.80 today. So we were within $5 of the 52-week high for Home Depot today. Enphase, the 52-week high, 141. We're at 117. Palantir's 52-week high, 37.35. And that was set this morning, right just after 11 Eastern time. We're at 36.70, just behind the high, 60 cents away from the high of the year for Palantir. And over on Uber, the 52-week high, 82.14. We're at 75.40. Up $1.90. There you go. T-Mobile CEO says that the iPhone 16, the Apple iPhone 16, is selling better than the iPhone 15 at the same time after its release. So far, so good on the iPhone 16, according to the folks at T-Mobile. Something to watch there. I know a lot of anxious people are watching that very closely. All right. Welcome everybody. Let's see. Charlie, hey, thank you. I appreciate your insight. I'm expecting $15 stock price by tomorrow afternoon on SoFi. Giddy up there, Charlie. Brian, I thought we were hitting 20 by October. Brian, what is the weather like where you are in Kilby? Very nice. 76 degrees. Very nice. Karen, hi everybody. Or Corinne, hi Corinne. Richard Carlin, number 69. Thank you, buddy. Brian, oh wow, most of my portfolio is green today, but not by much, but it sure looks pretty. Dude, I think GameStop will stay around this level for at least a few more weeks. I have to assume they are probably still selling shares to do their cash raise. No news. I'm watching every day for an update. Brian, Calgary's about 18 degrees Celsius and partly cloudy. Dude, I agree. It could take a few weeks to sell the shares in this low volume environment. Brian, I have picked up 175 shares since the offering. Thanks for the cheap shares, GameStop. There you go. There you have it. GameStop shares. At the moment, we're sitting at 1952 apiece with a 527 point gain on the Dow Jones. And we have 24 minutes left in our session today. 98 point gain on S&P, 459 gain on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is up 2.6%, the Dow 1.2%. The Dow needs to be up 1,000 points to equal what NASDAQ is doing today, showing you how powerful the move is for NASDAQ listings. A very good move today on NASDAQ stocks. Giddy up, folks. That's all I got to tell you. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oil holding a 105 gain at 71.96, just over $70 a share. Okay. Brian, Uncle Bruce, do you see that? Was a new movie about the first show SNL aired? It looks great. I assume Antigen likes SNL. We love SNL. Haven't seen it. Where is it playing? Is it on like Netflix or something like that? Anybody know? Not sure if we'll be able to get it here, but sooner or later we'll catch the show. Definitely looking forward to it. Been watching that since they came on. I remember in '75. Jen and I were 20. That show started just before we met. Had been on a few months. It's going to come out in theaters, says Brian. Right on. Yeah. Well, eventually it'll be on TV somehow, and we'll get our hands on it, I'm sure. Oh goodness, the voice is going. Thank you all for being here today, and congratulations, option writers. Nice to see you folks scoring some lovely returns. I love it. I do love it. Tomorrow, option expiry Friday. Let's see what happens. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Looking at headlines here from Wall Street Journal. See if there's anything on the business side that catches my attention here. Not seeing much on the business headline front right now. It's kind of a quiet day. All the air was sucked out of the headlines when the interest rate thing happened yesterday. There we go. Earnings will start coming out in about 2-3 weeks. We're going to start to get a new round of quarterly results, the third quarter results, with the biggest bankers coming out probably in the middle of September with their first announcements. They'll be out first. And then by the end of September, we'll get a whole bunch of earnings, including SoFi. They'll be out either late September or first week of October. There you go. Okay. There you have it. Yeah, not much else to report to you guys. It's really kind of quiet on the headline front right now. Excuse me. Rocket Lab's trying to break even. It's only down 4 now. SoFi sitting at 821. Does it want to bounce from here or what? I don't know. GameStop's only down 15 cents at 19.50. GameStop did bottom out at 1947. Now we're at 1950. No news though. We're still waiting on that $400 million cash raise. What is going to happen? And what's the plan? GameStop, tell us the plan. We'd love to know about the plan. There's a plan. What was your plan? 10.85 on Spire now, 15 cents away from $11. Look at that recover. Interesting market. All right, there you go. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. October 11th, 1975 is when SNL started, says Brian. That's right. What were your thoughts on the 50 basis points drop? Do you think that's too much? I saw there was a letter from Nancy Pelosi begging for 75. That worries me. Well, I think there's going to be another half a point coming probably in the next 2 months. It might be a quarter and then another quarter. I think they want to get it down by 1 percentage point, maybe by spring, summer of next year, a total of 1.5% lower. It's not like we were entering a terrible economic slump here. We didn't have, layoff notices every sector of the economy. Nothing like that was going on. We're still sitting on 4%, 4.5% unemployment. That is still known as full employment from where I come from the last 50 years. Inflation is under control, which is great for now. Okay. The thing that is also being watched closely by the analysts that isn't talked about much is not necessarily the interest rates. It's not necessarily the dropping of the bank rate, the prime rate. What's really being studied and monitored closely is what is known as the balance sheet, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. And all that means is during our 10 to 15 year zero interest rate policy that we've been following up until 2 years ago, the Federal Reserve was, along with the Bank of Canada, Bank of England, the ECB, European Central Bank, Bank of Japan, the biggest central bankers were buyers of government debt and corporate debt, which kept prices for bonds up, yields down. And there was this underlying buy order on any issuance of bonds for high quality corporate debt and government debt. And so the amount of bonds that the US government, Canadian government, and others are sitting on are in the trillions of dollars over a 15-year buy window. Now, this is actually temporary because when you buy a bond, it might be a 10-year bond. Well, if you bought a 10-year bond 10 years ago, you're only getting interest on your money for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, you get your last interest payment and then you get your money back. And the Federal Reserve has been slowly lowering their balance sheet, bonds under administration. And they've been allowing bonds to mature and they haven't repurchased new bonds. And that's why the rates are a little higher. It got to this level we had. Now, the question is going to be, will the Federal Reserve also now begin to start buying bonds up again so that when they have bonds maturing, they're going to roll them over into new bonds, allowing the rates to stay lower rather than the interest rates in the bond market go higher? If there's a buyer there for excess bonds, it's the central bankers around the world. Will that keep this lower interest rate environment going longer, which keeps money in the system, of course, because if the United States government raises $50 billion next week and only $40 billion is wanted at current prices, the other $10 billion will have to go out at a discount, which means higher rates. If the Federal Reserve measuring this goes, yeah, 40 billion is wanted, we're going to put in bids for 10 billion so that there's 50 billion wanted. And interest rates will stay on the lower end of the curve that we are setting now. That means money is being put into the system by the Federal Reserve. They are buying bonds from the bond market, flooding the bond market with cash that could be withdrawn from the market and just retired. This cash stays in the money supply. That keeps rates under pressure on the low end, not the upper end. And this is the big question about what will the Federal Reserve now do in the next year. We understand they want to keep rates lower. They want to get them even lower than they are now. You can do that by setting the Fed funds rate lower, but there's another way to do it, flooding the bond market with a bunch of cash. The Federal Reserve doesn't have to wait for any government to issue bonds to flood the market. The Federal Reserve at any time, anywhere on the planet, can buy existing bonds that are already issued and out there. Because if you are a buyer of interest, let's say you're GameStop and you've got $4 billion in cash, $1 billion of that money was put into 10-year treasuries. GameStop at any time can sell their $1 billion of treasuries into the treasury market. It is incredibly liquid. The buyer might be the Federal Reserve. GameStop wouldn't know, and GameStop doesn't care. Whoever buys their bonds, whoever they buy bonds from, and whoever they sell bonds to, the players in the bond market really don't care. But the observers are saying, look, if the bond market all of a sudden in the next few weeks and months notices a lot of cash is coming into the bond market to buy up bonds, that means bond prices will stay high, yields will drop. This makes GameStop richer. Now you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, if interest rates are dropping, GameStop isn't getting as much money on their interest. But if GameStop took $4 billion and bought 2-year, 5-year, 10-year treasury notes with that money, and the treasury notes are all rising in value as rates go down, GameStop is making money on their bonds on a capital gain basis, not just the interest they're hauling in, but on capital gains. And so they may find that they bought $4 billion worth of bonds and were getting 4.5% interest on that money. And now they're noticing that the $4 billion in bonds are worth $4.2 billion, $4.3 billion. Increase in value of the bonds that they're sitting on. Now they have a dilemma. Do we sell the bonds and cash in this gain of $200-300 million and book it on our next quarterly financials? Or do we sit on the bonds we have and still yield in 4.5%? Because right now, if we bought new bonds to sell these, we're only going to get 3%, 3.25%. Do we want to keep bringing in 4.5%? It gets to the point where if the bond values rise enough with increased buying from buyers, including the Federal Reserve, GameStop may find that, we might get $4.4 billion for these $4 billion in bonds. We're up $400 million. Take that off the table and bring out a quarterly report that says, yeah, we made a profit of $350 million this quarter. And the market will go, how did you make $350 million? You've got brick and mortar stores that you're closing. How are you making this money? Well, the bonds we bought back in the springtime when our stock went crazy, we raised all this cash and we put it into bonds and we made all this money on bonds. Anyway, that could be happening. Remember also, just to keep going off on tangents here, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, the Magnificent Seven, and a zillion other companies, like the top 200 of the S&P. All of these guys pretty well are sitting on a ton of money, tons of cash. You have seen headlines come and go all the time about stock buybacks, stock buybacks, stock buybacks. Where's this coming from? Well, they have to have the cash to be able to do that. And Apple's sitting on 150 billion in cash. If Apple's 150 billion in bonds go up 5% in value, Apple can book 7.5 billion in gains on their bonds. GameStop might gain 200 to 400 million on their bonds. Apple is going to book 7.5 billion in gains. So corporate America is getting richer the lower rates go. And if the Federal Reserve is putting money into the money supply, these bonds will rise. All outstanding bonds will keep growing up in value. So there's a lot of that going on as well. Okay. Hope I haven't confused you guys. If the Fed is buying bonds and doing QE, doesn't that mean more inflation? Not necessarily. Brian, this is going to be tricky a few years to come here. My mortgage renewal is in June 27, so I have some extra time here. Brian, will a 50, 100 point basis drop in interest rate hurt GameStop and their cash flow? No. Brian, you were answering that question about GameStop. That's okay. Dude, I already got a message from one of my brokerages that they're lowering my borrowing rate 675 from 725. That's another thing going on. That's why the markets are going higher. My line of credit was 10.69. It's now down to 994. Canada's dropped 75 basis points in the last few months, and it could go even lower. Exactly. U.S. rates go another point lower. Your Canadian rates will go at least another point lower on everything: mortgages, car loans, lines of credit, brokerage account, margin fees for the $50 trillion stock market. Yes, this is why markets can go much, much higher. Isn't this fun? Brian, thank you for that. Uncle Bruce, bond market can be confusing. Yes, indeed it can. We have 8 minutes to go, and we are closed for the day, I believe. We're at 8:18 on SoFi. We're just kind of, trickling in here at the end of the day. Unless there's a surge at the end of the day, I don't know. Rocket Lab is +1. It's up a penny. Thank you, Rocket Lab. AI up 41. GameStop still down 15. Bruce's nose is getting completely plugged up. Bruce has to end his show. NVIDIA up 456. Thank you all for joining me today. Apple's up 844. Tesla's up $15. Google up $250. Microsoft up $7. Netflix up $13.50. Meta up $21.20. Amazon up $2.80. It's a green day today. There you go. We'll watch for that. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Get richer, please, in your option writing. Keep up the good work. We'll be on tomorrow for the close and for this third Friday of the month. Option expiry day. Brian, this chat is much more quiet in the afternoon. Where do your adventures bring you next? Uncle Bruce. Yeah. Well, first things first, I got to get over this head cold and get through that. So I'll be working on that. You guys take care of yourselves in the meantime. Keep bringing in those dollars from all those option gamblers. $5.5 trillion of turnover tomorrow in the option market. Get ready to take your fair share. Well done, each and every one of you who have been doing that. I love it. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for being members. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for grabbing these classes, and thank you for these just for your support of this channel. I love it. Keep up the good work, everybody. Get richer. Thank you again. 65 thumbs up. Last I saw, we have 80 thumbs ups now with 125 people watching. Thank you guys for the 80 thumbs ups. Keep them coming in if you can, if you're watching on the rerun. And well done, everybody. Splair, wishing you all a good night and a good day tomorrow. Thank you, buddy. Richard, Carlin, and Brian, they know what to do. Neat emoji time. There you go. Don't forget to honor the Knights of Neat because they are all powerful and are all over this market without question. Thank you all for your support and following of this YouTuber here from London, England, with Auntie Jen. Thank you guys for being with us. We'll be here tomorrow, and we'll see what's going on with these crazy options as they shrink out to zeros. Thank you guys. Keep going. Keep it going, Corinne and Dude. Thank you guys. Neat. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Goodbye from London.